Hey, happy Friday, everybody. Sean coming at you from iLevel. I realized I missed this earlier today. I want to make sure I get it out. So if, else, and update contact field actions have been expanded. They've added field support in the dynamic custom value picker. So the idea here is you can now use the existing dynamic custom value picker with more field types in two places. So first up is the if, else conditions. So numeric, scores, counts, things like that. Dates, so like appointment dates and renewals. Select drop-down advanced requires option ID, and then monetary invoice totals. And then also on the update contact, let me go back here. On the update contact field action, numeric, select drop-down, no option IDs needed here, and monetary. So basically what this does is it lets you compare or set values using live variables from earlier steps or stored fields. So no more hard typing numbers or text. So how does it work? A good example is you add an if else or an update contact field action in your workflow. If the condition in the condition row, switch the right hand input to dynamic value and then pick the earlier steps output and then choose the appropriate operator like number, date, or value and then save and publish. And so the idea here, right, is that let's say you want to add, before you could sort of add static values like 5, 6, whatever. Now you can add dynamic values. So you can add like, I want to add the score to itself. I want to double the score or something like that. So why we built it and what changed. So teams often had to add extra fields or duplicate logic just to compare against a value that was calculated upstream. Dynamic picking removes that workaround. So basically you can branch directly on the variable you already have using the same merge field variable model used elsewhere in the workflow. A couple example use cases here, because I know this is kind of a complex topic. When a new proposal comes in, the workflow pulls the proposal value from an earlier step, for example, a form submission or a webhook as a dynamic field, and then you can compare that. So like if the value is 25,000 or more, then the workflow can do this or the workflow can do that, right? But instead of using a static value for the workflow, let's say, for the proposal amount, you can actually operate on the proposal amount in real time. That's dynamic, which is awesome. Second, update contact field. Where would you use this? Let's say after a patient confirms their appointment, the workflow could use the confirmation steps output, like with a type, for example, like is it a follow-up or a new visit, as a dynamic field in the update contact field action. This dynamic value is then written directly into the patient's contact, and this keeps the contact record accurate, ensures the right communication goes out without manual edits. So there's a lot you can do here, obviously. Great change logs on this, so definitely check those out. And I'm super excited that the team made this happen. So anyhow, on the note, I hope you're having an amazing Friday, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks.